Big game tonight, obviously, Blake. Big part of your game is obviously the defensive side of things, but it's always nice to get a little bit on the offensive, chipping in, contributing. For you, striking a balance, how do you does one play off the other at all, the offense or defense to the offense?
Not really. Kind of value defense first because that's what I'm here for. That's my role in the team. So offensive chances come, then love to capitalize on them. So,
from a defensive standpoint, is it much different in terms of what you have to be conscious of playing against different teams, or is it more, can you do the same sort of thing, especially you and Rowan together, regardless of who the opponent is?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing every night, right? We just stick to our system, play the right way, and it works out for us no matter who we're up against.
First half of the year, there were obviously some tough times in there. What was the key for you guys not to lose faith, not to let it spiral downwards?
I think just staying positive on the bench and in the room. I think that was key for us. It'll come. Our time would come, so and it has now. So we just got to keep staying positive, and it'll work out.
What were you happiest about in terms of your game tonight?
Obviously, it's nice to get the 2 points, and then nice for a couple points for me too. But I like a good team win for us.
What's the next step for you in terms of the evolution of your game and something you'd like to layer on to what you already do well?
Yeah, I think I just like to add a little more offensive part to my game, but keep going on the defensive part and then a little more offense.
You guys have a stretch coming up. You're going to play more interdivisional games.
Yeah.
Tonight you're a different opponent. Much different? Do you find it? Is there a different atmosphere around when you're going against the North Bays, the Barries, the Niagaras?
I think, it's always a tougher game. It's a playoff style game, and I think that's where we thrive. Our team thrives, and I think it'll be good for us coming up.
One last one for you, and I'm going to ask Scott the same thing. Is first game after the break, always an interesting one. Everybody gets a little bit of time away. What was the key for you guys to be able to hit the ice and play the way you wanted to?
I think just staying in shape over the break. Guys did workouts, Barn sent it out to us, and we did them, and nice high intense practices before, and I think that was the key for us.
From a coaching standpoint, first game back after the break we've seen some sloppy ones over the year. That wasn't a bad hockey game out there. What was the key to getting the guys playing at a level that you would be happy with?
Yeah, it's tough, right? Obviously, Christmas is an important time for the players, right? To enjoy time with their family. They put a lot of time and effort here away and away from their families. So getting them back, getting their heads into it. A couple of tough practices. And yesterday we didn't get on the ice just with the conditions of the roads. Yeah. And there was a basketball game here, but usually there's no excuses. And you know what? I thought the big key tonight was our goaltending, making the saves when we needed. I thought Frask was great in there, especially in the second period there. I thought we got away from our normal game and was a little bit sloppy, but that tends to happen here right after Christmas time.
We oftentimes can ask you the same questions over and over and over again. I was trying to think of something a little different, so I do want to ask you, the decision not to call the timeout in that, so you go that stretch where at very end of the game, they call their timeout with 2:04, they pull their goalie, and for the next minute and a half straight, it's in your end. Obviously, if you don't call a timeout, they don't get to change either. How much of that is predetermined? Did you know you were going to go with that?
Yeah, me and Drake and Desi kind of chatted there, all depended. Our guys seemed fresh. We were just standing into our box here, kind of on the dice, and our guys were fresh. I think if we give a timeout, it gives them time to reset. If you notice the face-off, they're not even ready to go off the face-off, the other team. So that's key for us because they got to come out and we get last change if we wanted to change or call the timeout. So I think that was important. And Billy was great on the draws on the left side. Farzy won a bunch of draws on the right side. And I think it's just belief in the players that are on the ice there and willing to win a game like that.
You mentioned about Frask obviously playing well, but one of the things is team play is playing pretty good, solid defensively in front of them. Has there been much in the way of systematic changes at all, or are the guys just they're just grasping it a little bit better or executing it a little bit better?
Yeah, I think it could be grasping it better, executing it better. I think commitment to it at the same time. I know we have been very hard on them about the D-zone coverage, and if you can play good D-zone and get through the neutral zone, then you get the O-zone, good things happen. But I think it's trying to limit the danger shots in the house, right? Obviously, we give up a lot of odd man rushes, which isn't something that we've been accustomed to lately. But that's just from mismanagement of the puck, I believe, right? And that starts with our defense right to our forwards. But overall, it's good to see some other guys get some scoring here tonight. Yeah. But I thought, you see guys like Walton in the third period chipping pucks in. Yeah, I think that he had maybe 3 of them if you go back and watch it. So when guys like that are doing it, everybody else is going to follow. And he's been huge for us throughout the season, obviously Billy as well, and it's good to see other guys get rewarded here tonight with some goals.
Speaking of which, one last one for you, Blonda. Obviously a big part of his game coming into this league. He's just very offensive minded. But I know, and you can just watch him, there's been a lot of emphasis to try and round out his game, get him to be much better defensively. Seems to be coming along pretty well, but you do sacrifice a little bit of offense when you do that. What's it been like kind of getting him, and what was it like to see him finally get rewarded on the offensive side?
Yeah, it's great to see him get a goal there, right? And he's been buying in on the D side, and if you go back to our last 10 games, I think, he's not the biggest guy, but he's very strong. He has some of most of our bumps and hits, if you look through that, some stats that we carry as a team, and he's one of the top guys, and he's playing a lot of minutes, and you know what? A lot of those minutes are on the PK, and that's a credit to him, where last year he wouldn't have been used in that situation. So, you know what? He's been getting better in a lot of areas, and there's still room for improvement, like every player, right? So that's just comes with the territory. But good to see him get rewarded. Hopefully that helps him be better into our next games as well.
Coming out of the holidays, do you mind 4 and 6?
Well, I think we got 27 and 60. I think I counted. So it kind of is what it is, right? And that's just, you got to manage guys, and it's going to be less practice time.
Okay.
It could be more video. You know what? Bodies in, bodies out. We've been dressing 7 and 11, right? And it's good to see Chauvin doing well there at the World Juniors, and I'm sure that'll be great when he gets back here for us as well.